Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Yo, what's good, y'all? We back again for another In the Car Chronicles. And y'all already know what we do on this channel right here, man. We stay out the way, man. That's a lot, man. That's all we do. And y'all know what to do with this video right here, man. Turn this video up like the rest of the videos, man. Like, share, and subscribe this one, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. Well, we gonna call this story right here. He gained everybody's trust. Prison is a wicked, crazy place, man. But I can remember, man, on Sussex too, man. Kind of like early in the bid, kind of like in the beginning, slightly. Like we had just got up there. Everybody's still young, everybody's still green. We all trying to learn stuff from trying to watch the elders, but a lot of the elders suspect, man. Y'all already know when I got to the point where I was kind of like looking at dudes and scanning them for predators and all of that, man. Like I kind of had to teach myself a lot of things in there, man. Like you couldn't look to a lot of the elders, and I'm not saying a lot of the older dudes weren't official, because it definitely was, man. But like it just was a mixture of kind of like, this dude ain't right, this old head right. Like you kind of couldn't really juggle it, man. So you might pick a good old head, you might not, man. It'd be crazy in there, man. But for the most part, we teaching ourselves in there, man. Everybody I was around, man, like we learning from our mistakes. We see that we did something stupid prior, you know what I mean? You look at it, you go back, like, yo, you got to learn from that. Like we still was young, we still was ready to kind of like just like snap on the police, cursing the police out. We still had a lot of buck in us, a lot of rage. Like we was just maniacs at a young age, man. But we all, for the most part, trying to survive Sussex too, because we just got there, man. So like with us just finally getting wrecked and moving around, like, you know, we taking advantage of it like young dudes, man. We playing spades, we doing this, we doing that, we fighting, we doing all type of stuff, man. Like we being young in there, man. But it used to always be dudes that I used to see kind of like that I would feel like I would have to watch, man. Kind of like, because I wouldn't want to like just like want you to gain my trust so fast, man. Like I was a little funny with that, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Like I wouldn't let dudes try to gain my trust fast, and I feel like if I would see a sign that he trying to like gain my trust fast, like to show me that I can trust him, I wouldn't trust him. And I learned that at a young age, you know what I mean? It's like that's a trait you need to learn out here as well. A lot of things are too good to be true, you know what I mean? If it sounds too good to be true, more than likely 90%, man, it's too good to be true, man. So like you got to think about that. So like I always carried that with me while I was in there, even as a younger dude, 20 years old, 21 years old. So I really was hanging with Norfolk dudes. I was kicking it with everybody that I came on the bus with. So I was kind of like a cool neutral guy from Norfolk. I would deal with everybody. I had friends from Richmond, friends from Petersburg. I had friends from Newport News. I had friends from Portsmouth. I had friends from the beach. I had friends from everywhere, to be honest with you, man. You know what I mean? Like I used to kick it with a lot of dudes. But at the same time, though, I still would chill with my little Norfolk mob. But the Norfolk mob ain't as deep, you know what I mean, around this time like how I was later on in my bid, man. But still, though, I still had dudes from Norfolk I used to kick it with, man. So for the most part, man, I'm just trying to survive prison, man. I'm early in my bid. I'm looking at my release date. My release date is saying 2017 and 2003. Let's imagine that, man. Your release date saying 2017 and 2003. So like in my mind, I'm just trying to stay sane. I'm just trying not to really look at like that all these years I have to do. Like I'm in a situation where I know I'm in the situation. This isn't a dream. This is reality right here. And I'm looking like, man, I got a lot of years to complete. Like I'm gonna be in this place. I'm gonna grow up in this place. Basically, man, I'm gonna do all my 20s in this place. So I'm just trying to like just cope with it, man. I'm trying to deal with it. Like I say, I'm running around. I'm still working out. I'm going here. Spades, trying to gamble, being a little young psycho, man, still early in the bid. So this dude ended up moving in the block though, you know what I mean, like out of nowhere. And when he moved in the block, it wasn't like it was a weird thing of him moving in the block, but when he moved in the block, I'll never forget. He was like he was a dude that came in with nothing, but he looked like he was experienced, if that makes sense. If that makes sense, like he had looked like he wasn't new to the system. He didn't look like he looked like he did time before, rather. You know what I mean? Like that's what he had looked like. But he came in, he didn't have nothing. So we see like, yo, dude moving the block, he ain't had nothing. So he moved in cell 25, which was on the same row as I'm on, you know what I mean? So 25 was kind of like 23, 24. It was like in the beginning of the top tier by the booth side. So he moved over there. So when he came in, you know what I mean? Like, the only reason I pinned him, because he was a kind of tall dude. So that's how I remembered him. He was a tall dude. So he kind of light-skinned, looked a little funny in the face, man. I ain't gonna say where you from, man. You know, nah, like, but at the same time, when he moved in, it was like something about him. You know what I mean? I saw him, and like I say, he looked like this wasn't his first rodeo, but he came in with nothing, so that threw us off. Because we used to wait for people like, you know, we coming from a place that we came from receiving, so we don't have nothing. We came up there with nothing. We still don't have no property. We still can't order TVs or none of that. You know what I mean? They let us go to Commissary and spend a couple dollars, which one a lot still. Commissary wasn't a lot of stuff on the canteen at that time. We got to buy the Heritage soap. Like, we didn't even have Dove or none of that up there yet, man. We still was buying the real prison type stuff, man. So, like, we used to wait for dudes to come from other spots and buy their stuff because we didn't have no exclusive stuff. So we used to be waiting for that. So when he moved in and he looked like he didn't have nothing but his mattress and pillow and the bag that had the rule book in it, we was like, man, this man ain't got nothing, y'all. So boom, I had to put that in my mental head though, man. I had to make sure I store that and like, yo, like, man, old head, man, moving here ain't got nothing now. I ain't gonna call him an old head. I'll get him probably like 32, man, but we gonna call this dude Rex. You know what I mean? But Rex, he was a dude that, you know, like when the doors finally popped, he came out, he went straight down the steps, went right down there to the phones. Like, we didn't have dudes that, it wasn't a phone issue back then, you know what I mean? So he didn't have to go through nothing to get on the jack, but he came straight down the steps, went and got on the phone, started using the jack, and he looked like he wasn't scared of prison. He got on the phone, he turned his back, and he just started looking at the block. First he scanned the block, and then he just kneeled down, and then he started using the phone. And like, usually you don't see signs like this from people who just got into prison, man. You know what I mean? So everybody's watching. You know what I mean? So he moved in the cell with this dude we gonna call Lucky. Now, Lucky was a white dude in cell 25. He was one of the, we had like probably like 8 white dudes in this block at this particular moment. And Lucky was one of them. But Lucky was one of them cool dudes. He was slightly young too, early 20s. So he ran around like we ran around too, still wilding, you know what I mean? But that's who he moved in the cell with. So we used to deal with Lucky because Lucky used to do tattoos in the block. I didn't get a tattoo from him at the time, but that's what he started. He was one of them experienced white dudes that started up his hustle immediately when we was able to finally get some rep. So that's what everybody knew Lucky for. So I seen dudes hollering at him like, yo, who you selling? You know what I mean? He was like, yo, he just got up here, you know what I mean, from another account. He was like, yo, they emergency transferred him, man, from Coffeewood. You know what I mean? So at the moment, I don't know what Coffeewood is. Like, I hear him talking about it, but I never heard of these prisons for real. Like, I'm still new in the system. So it's like my awareness of like these different names of towns and, you know what I mean, in different prisons, I still don't know none of this yet. So I hear him say that, but I'm assuming that this has got to be a low level because I heard about the high levels kind of before I got to, when I left receiving. So I'm like, this must be a low level. So he get on the phone, he's like, yeah, he cool though. He was like, yeah, he cool dude though, man. Like, he got emergency transfer though, man. So now he up here. So he get off the phone. So I see Lucky hollering at him and like taking him to meet different people and he talking. Like I say, he don't look like he's scared, but he kind of tall anyway. He don't look like he nervous or nothing. So it ended up being, man, it was this old head that was in our block, man, from Chesapeake, man. And he was one of another older, experienced old head, man. Probably could have been a predator. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like my scanner, I don't know. My scanner worked on him. It said maybe in the past when I scanned him, when I first viewed him coming to block. But like, you know, I didn't deal with him. Like he wasn't on it like trying to lure people in. Like if anything, he shake, rattled, and rolled. You know what I mean? So like it was a difference. But the word that got out that the old head, he had the feces, you know what I mean? So back then, like, they didn't really have it, like, I don't know, I guess it was super scarce back then, now that I think about it, but they didn't have it out like, you open the paper up and you see what you got in there and you roll your own joint. No, they will roll the joints. Like, you be buying joints that's already rolled up, so the old head used to get his hands on it from God knows where, from wherever on the compound, from wherever part. So when he would have it, he really didn't mess with the lala. So he used to sell it, you know what I mean? So the word got out that he had the lala. So I see everybody moving around. When you see everybody moving around, you already know what time it is. So me and my celly like, yo, you trying to go half? We're like, yeah. So we definitely try to get us a stick, you know what I mean? Stick be all skimpy and everything, man. Penitentiary's nuts, man. But he got the sticks for sale. So everybody looking like everybody trying to go cop. So my roommate go make the play. So while my roommate making the play, I look up, I see Lucky. He looking at the dude the dude from Chesapeake that got the feces for sale. But his roommate is talking to Lucky. So his roommate got down. So next thing you know, you see his roommate walk over there to the dude who got the feces, and he pull up on dude and you see him talking. The next thing you know, dude was like, yo, he turned around, dude was like, yo, I ain't got no more feces, man. I ain't got no more, all the feces gone. I ain't got no more. So everybody was like, we already had our joints, but there was a couple dudes that I knew that didn't get a feezy, you know what I mean? So everybody looking like, what you mean ain't no? He was like, holla at Lucky. He started laughing. He threw it right on Lucky. He was like, holla at Lucky. So Lucky was like, look, don't rush me, man. Hold on. They was like, man, hold on, man, sell us a stick. So everybody started running up on Lucky to try to buy a Feezy. You know what I mean? So he was like, hold on, man, look. He was like, look, man, his roommate, like I told y'all, this was an experienced play that I saw. He stepped up. His voice was wild. He stepped up. He was like, hey, look, I bought all the Feezies, man. Don't worry about it. I bought them all, and it's for everybody. You don't have to come back. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to spend your money. Look, Lucky has them. I don't even want nothing like that. Y'all go ahead and do it. I bought it for y'all. Everybody just enjoy on me. So one dude was like, man, who are you? He was like, Rex. You can call me Rex. He had an accent like he was from another state or something, like Boston. Oh no, like that's word. That's what he said. He had a crazy accent, man. He sounded Italian, but he was black. He was like light skinned. You know what I mean? He had black hair, but he talked like a Italian dude slightly, man. So he's like, yeah, you can call me Rex. So everybody, he's like, yeah. So we're like, I'm looking at it like I never seen nobody treat nobody to Feezies. Like, yo, Feezies on me. I never seen nobody do that, y'all. This is a new tactic. So I see everybody, you know, me and my roommate, we had our own joint. You know what I mean? So we mess with the joint. Everybody come back out. Everybody lit. The whole pod lit because Lucky got his little crew lit. And you know what I mean? People were buying the joints from Lucky. So I see the dude. He's still on the phone again. He looking around. Like, yeah, mission accomplished. Like, for whatever the case. But I'm still thinking like, why is he being so nice? But I didn't look too much into it at that moment, y'all, because I'm just like, man, I'm just giving dude the benefit of the doubt. He could be a nice dude, y'all. So boom. So a little bit more time going, probably like 2 more days. Dude still keeping a low profile. He ain't messing around in the pod, but he's super cool. It's like he know how to mingle. His mingle skills was on 1,000. His mingle skills was on all the way 1,000, man, because he just knew how to be it. It's like he already got locked in with the other old heads that drink coffee. He over there kicking it with them, and he drinking the coffee, and like, you know what I mean? He just looking like he just know how to fit in. You know what I mean? Then after he did that, later on, then in the afternoon, you would see him get cool with the dudes from Richmond and the dude from Tidewater. They was kind of diesel dudes. They used to work out in the pod, and they used to be back there like they trying to hurt each other with the workout game, trying to go bananas. And the dude Rex jumped into that. You know what I mean? He be working out with them. He was going right there. He ain't even had no clothes or nothing yet. So next thing you know, they come in and jump. Dudes hit the police noise. We look. It's the property officer coming in. She come in the pod with the cot. You hear the cot. She come in. You know what I mean? She got boxes on her joint already, like boxes of stuff in it. So she come in the joint. It's my word. It's like 5, 6 boxes. So she go to the office. Next thing you know, they call Rex to the office. He walked to the office like he knew he was that guy. He was like, he had to, you know, I'm that guy. He was like, he walked to the office. He get to the office is see-through, so if you walk up a little bit, you can see right what's going on in the office because it's a see-through office. So everybody kind of, not everybody, but dudes looking, because a lot of dudes like looking at the property officer. She was a sexy lady, so everybody kind of looking, everybody slightly looking, but being nosy all in one motion. So when I went and looked, I looked like he had a bag already just filled up with stuff, like, and I guess she told him not to keep the boxes, which he couldn't anyway. So he was taking the stuff out the boxes, but his property has landed. That's basically what this is. So he got all type of stuff, man. Like, for real, we still in that joint. I'm letting y'all know now, man. But like, we in that joint. Like, the commissary list was so Garbino. It was Garbino. I'm talking about all the way Garbino. I told y'all the soap that we ordered to use to wash off, it was the clear joint in a little bar like this big with the little plastic wrapped around it that say Heritage on the joint. That's the soap we had to use. The shampoo was garbage, some clear see-through junk, man. The everything, the toothpaste, everything was Garbino. Now the food, they had like a box. You can get granola bars, a couple of bags of chips. They had the soups up there. They ain't really had no food stuff like that. I'm talking about, it was super whack, man. It was super duper whack. This dude bagging up everything. He got a nice bag. Boom, boom. I wasn't trying to be nosy, man. When I look, I seen bro putting Doritos in his bag. I'm like, bro putting Doritos in his bag? I'm like, man, that's crazy, man. Bro got Doritos, man. Wow, right there, man. So I keep walking, you know what I mean? But everybody kind of picked what he had. So he had to make 2 trips to his cell. The first trip, he like this going up the steps. He went up the steps like a madman. All you see is that bag hanging, like that bag dangling, because it's a lot of stuff. And he got it like, he holding it like this, and he went upstairs like a madman. He get up the steps, he come back down. Round 2, he go back up there. You see Lucky walking around drinking coffee. Lucky looking like, I read Lucky brain. Lucky was like, I hit the prison lottery. So boom, he did though, man. You gotta understand, he did. Like, when you strike a celly that's full up like that, like, it'd be a different thing. I'm not saying you got like dudes that be looking for stuff like this, because Lucky didn't look for. Lucky already had his little hustle, but like, this just added on to his power. Like, you know what I mean? Now he has a celly that's gonna let him drive the car or whatever he basically wants to do, because he already just done it. This man that didn't even have his property, he bought all the Feezies. So I guess he made a deal with the old head, because he got all this exclusive stuff. No one of the old head was like, it's a wrap, I ain't got no more, because he got all this exclusive stuff, man. He got sodas, he got everything, man. He got everything, man. They made us order Kool-Aid, the little pack Kool-Aid, man. We didn't even have sodas yet, man. So he came up that joint with everything, man. So I guess this is the stuff that he had in Coffeewood, the level 2 joint. So I ended up finding out Coffeewood was a level 2 open dorm game, just like what I had just left in receiving game. All the bunk beds, you know what I mean? They're not sales. So that's where he coming from. So that's a sweet level 2. So I never thought about, the question is, what did he do to mess up on his camp? Like, all I heard from Lucky was it was an emergency transfer game. You know what I mean? So I never asked this question. He get his property. I look up, he take a big old, not a big bag, well, probably about $40, $50 of some exclusive. You know what I mean? So it didn't look like it was super huge, but it's exclusive items. So I see him take that to the old head. So like I say, I was right about that. That's why the old head sold all the feezies. So he move around after that. You look up, you see him and Lucky down at the table. This man got, like, he got the corn, he got the regular Doritos, and he got the Cool Ranch Doritos, and they down that joint making a nacho. You can see him getting it right. He got the full bag of chips down there, and he just came up. Then he went to another table, and then they was making a pizza over at this table. Lucky and his other homeboys and the black dudes they be working out with, they making a pizza over at this table. Then he was going back and forth in the hot water. He was going in this cell getting Stinger water. Like, it looked like it was a prison buffet down there. You hear me? That's what it looked like, man. I'm just looking at this jump from the top tier, slightly hungry, because we don't go to Commissary until about Thursday, and this is like Friday. You know what I mean? We still got another whole week, and I ain't got nothing but a couple of butt nakeds in my box, man. You know what I mean? All soup games. So I'm looking at this stuff like, this junk crazy, man. So I'll say probably like an hour later, the food is done. So the food is done. So it was like, when it was done, it looked like it was at 3 tables, but it was really at 2 tables, but it was dudes taking food from one table to pizza. The pizza was huge. He made us, man, look, they made an exclusive pizza so everybody down there eating. You know what I mean? So I finally come down the steps and I look, everybody down there eating, and I just look at dude standing behind the joint talking to the other dude that be with Lucky, and he just watching the joint like he overseeing the whole party. He just looking at it like, and then everybody like this, everybody there. Hey, I about to walk by. My man walked by first, so he seen the dude Rex, seen my man. He was like, hey, come get some of this. You want some nachos? Go get some. My man was like, yeah, I'll come hit it. I looked at my man like, my man said he gonna come hit it. So I'm gonna fry his ass about that later, man. But I'm looking at it too, like, man, I'm hungry as a bitch, man. So he was like, hey, look, you want some of this joint? I was like, nah. So I see my celly get the door, and I say, yo, bro, throw me my bowl and them 2 soups I got on my bed. So he was like, all right. So my roommate, he throw the joint to me, I catch it. Everybody behind me eating, so I get the bowl. He looking at me, he was like, hey, you don't want to eat? I was like, nah, bro, I'm about to make these 2 noodles. He was like, you don't want no pizza? I was like, nah, man. I was like, nah, plus you got beef sausages on the joint. Pause. I ain't said pause when invented yet, but I'm like, plus you got beef sausages on the joint. I mess with the turkey sausages game, you know what I mean? So he like, oh, I'll keep that in mind next time. I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? It's all good. I appreciate it, though. He was like, yeah, it's all good. It's enough for everybody, though. It's enough. And I have more on myself. You need some chips to go with those soups? I was like, you got chips? He was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'll take some Doritos. I try to, oh, you see, I bucked on the meal, man. I bucked on the meal just because I told y'all I already live like, I don't really trust nobody. Like I had to live like that, man. I was like, if I'm gonna survive this as a young guy and have to grow up in this dangerous world, man, I'm not gonna trust nobody, y'all. So boom. Shit is super duper dangerous. So at the end of the day, man, I'm like, I trust him for the chips though, man. Like when I walked to his cell, it was all neat. I guess he got all this stuff. He had a prayer rug. This is my first time seeing dudes got his stuff all, just the cell all dressed up. He had a prayer rug in his cell. You know what I mean? His bed was made all neat. Then he had his snacks over here. He had his hygiene snacked up over here. You know what I mean? He ahead of us, y'all. He ahead of the game, so he can do stuff like this. So he got everything straight. So I thought he was gonna go in the joint and give me, you know what I mean? Like open the bag up and give it to me. The bag, like a medium-sized Dorito bag. He went in his bag. He was like, oh, he gave me a whole bag of Doritos. I was like, I pulled a napkin out. I was like, he was like, what you doing? I was like, I'm about to pour some. He was like, no, that's you, man. I was like, this is me? He was like, yeah, that's you. I'm like, all right, appreciate it, man. But I walked out. I was thinking like, this man just gave me a whole bag of Doritos, man. I was like, what is this about, y'all? So boom. I didn't think nothing of it though, man. I walked down to my cell with those Doritos. I damn near tucked them bitches like a Barry Sanders. I ain't want nobody to see me with them jumps, man. I wasn't trying to share them, and I didn't want nobody to know. But I'm pretty sure somebody seen me coming about standing by his cell. You know what I mean? So I was just like, this junk crazy. So like, he had a good thing going on with the pod. Basically, man, what can I say, man? The man come in, buying all the fees, the man feeding everybody eating good, everything smooth. Next thing you know, we come out, everybody in the pod. I come down the steps, I'm looking around, you know what I mean? This the day after, this a few days after they done had the exclusive meal, you know what I mean? But everybody in the pod happy, man. You know, if Lucky got it, a lot of people got it. So everybody in the pod happy, so everybody out there chilling, you know what I mean? So I see my homeboy, he was like, hey, look, hey, what the dude Rex went at, man, this morning, man? I was like, what you talking about? He was like, he left this morning, ain't never come back. So I ain't even paying no attention, you know what I mean? Because I didn't go to breakfast, so I'm like, what you talking about? He was like, man, he left, he ain't come back. So I'm like, damn, you know, they done counted and everything. So I'm like, he ain't come back. Like, no, I said, he said that. Lucky is coming across the pod. So my homeboy's, hey, Lucky. I was like, hey, look. I'm like, hey, Lucky. He was like, what's up? I said, yo, where your roommate at? He was like, oh, I think he went back to court, man.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.